I'm Doug. Welcome to Backcountry Pilgrim, a channel all about hiking, camping, backpacking, and the gear that goes with it. As we are approaching the end of 2022, I've been giving some thought to what I wanted to do with Backcountry Pilgrim, and so I decided to make this video for my loyal subscribers as well as anyone who might be considering subscribing to the channel to see what to expect in 2023. I'm going to want your help with one of these decisions, and in order to entice you to give me your opinion about it, I'm going to be giving away a special prize at the end of the video, so make sure you watch to the end to find out what this is and how you can win it. As some of you might remember, I started Backcountry Pilgrim back in 2019 when I was preparing to walk the Camino de Santiago in Spain. I thought it would be fun to kind of record my preparations for that hike, and as I branched out more into hiking, camping, and backpacking, I decided it would be fun to just keep the channel going, and here I am 3 years later, and I've done pretty well. The channel has never experienced explosive growth. I'm not making a ton of money. It basically pays for itself, and that's good enough for me. I'm honestly somewhat frightened about what would happen if I suddenly was making so much money that I thought I could go full-time. I like Backcountry Pilgrim as a hobby, and it's something that I do think provides value, but it is not something that I want to pursue for a paycheck. Now, that doesn't mean that I haven't tried to do a really good job. I've tried to provide good quality, and I've tried to follow YouTube best practices, but at times it has sort of robbed me of my joy. There are just some things about being a successful YouTuber that drain me more than it might drain others. It's just not something I am suited for. So a lot of what I'm thinking about for 2023 really involves trying to make the channel reflect more of what I am versus what YouTube seems to think I should be. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, maybe I'll rethink it for 2024. So here are 5 things that I do not want to do for 2023, and 5 things I do. The first thing that I do not want to do in 2023 is be a slave to the schedule. For 3 years, I have put out a video every single week, sometimes more than one. Now, normally that's because I'm kind of a type A personality. I have a lot of ideas, and I get excited about things, and I just can't wait to put the video out. The problem that I've noticed is that I see my schedule as something that I have to fulfill. If I've got something planned and I've set up my shooting schedule, and then something else comes along that interests me more, I sometimes feel like I just can't do it because I've already set this schedule up ahead of time. So what I want to stop doing is targeting dates and start targeting ideas. I want to work on what I am passionate about in the moment and put the content out that will reflect that and not just reflect me being on time. And this also means a focus on quality. If it's going to take me 3 weeks to make the video that I want to make, then I'm going to take those 3 weeks and make that video. And I'm not going to crowd it out with a bunch of lower quality or quick videos just so I can maintain my once-a-week status. Now, to be honest, this is going to be hard for me, and I'm literally fearing the first time I let a week go by without producing a video. Maybe it won't happen, but if it does, just know I'm not slacking. I'm actually doing this so that I can provide you with the best content I can. Another thing I want to focus on this year is gear reviews, and not focus on them in the sense that I want to do more, but that I want to do them better. Too many gear companies send gear out as a kind of promotional exercise for their product, hoping that the YouTubers will get the product and immediately launch into basically a commercial for them, and that usually involves showing off the product, giving rave reviews, calling it a game changer, and then putting it in the closet and going about your life. Now, I am not calling anybody out here. I have done this myself several times, and I do think that there is something to an initial look or a box opening type video. But the problem is, if all we are doing as YouTubers is creating commercials for gear, we're not really telling people what they need to know about whether or not it's worth it. The pressure, though, is that you want to kind of ride the wave. If there's a new piece of gear out, you don't want to be talking about it a year later after everyone's already heard of it. However, since that really is where the value in a gear review comes from, I am going to endeavor to spend more time on long-range reviews of gear and not just pumping out ads the second a piece of gear arrives. The third thing I am not going to be doing in 2023 are content hikes. A content hike is basically where I go on a hike in order to shoot it so that I can put a hiking video out and make sure people know that I really do actually go outside and hike. Now, for a while, I think that was necessary because you do want to actually take your gear out when you hike and use it. But as far as just hiking for a trip video, number one, most of them have not done very well for me. And second, hiking for YouTube is stupid. I didn't get into hiking so that I could make videos. I made videos of hiking because I loved hiking. And when I feel like I have to grab the camera equipment and I have to bring the tripod and set it up and do my walk-by videos and do my pans and do all the stuff it takes to make a good trip video, it can rob me of the experience. Now, not always. On some trips, I'm very excited to film them because I'm excited about what that trip is and how it's going to come across on video. So I'm not going to stop the trip videos, but I'm not going to worry about going on a hike just because it's time to put out a trip video. I want to hike what I want to hike, when I want to hike it, and I'm only going to make it into a trip video if I think it's going to be something really great that you will enjoy seeing. The fourth thing that I do not want to do in 2023 is chasing the YouTube algorithm. There are certain things that people just seem to gravitate toward that I am just not that into. I don't want to make list videos. I don't want to give you 5 tips for backpacking or the 10 things you need to hike well or the 14 things you don't know about whatever. I just don't like making that kind of content. I'm not saying that it's bad. Obviously, it's very popular, but it's just not the kind of thing I want to make. So although it may mean lower views, fewer subs, not making as much money, I'm going to put out the stuff that I want to put out and not put out things because I think it's going to get me more views. And finally, the fifth thing that I do not want to do in 2023 is oversaturate social media. I'm going to try to use the proper platform for the proper content. I have a website blog for writings. I have Instagram for photos. I have YouTube for videos. I have Facebook that kind of allows me to interact with some of my subs. That is basically it. I'm not going to TikTok. I'm not going to have a podcast. I'm not going to post on every social media platform I possibly can just to try to get a few extra views. It's exhausting, and I think honestly it becomes annoying. So I'm not going to do that to you. If you want to see my videos, subscribe to YouTube. If you want to see my pictures, follow me on Instagram. If you want to read what I have to write about, go to the blog. That's basically all you got to do. Okay, enough with the negative. What are the 5 things I am looking forward to doing in 2023? Well, the first one, absolutely without question, is hiking the Tahoe Yosemite Trail. I just released the first video on this a couple days ago. The next one is coming out soon, but I am trying to rediscover a lost trail in California. Another thing I am planning is a California Camino. I'm thinking about doing a pilgrimage through some of the mission areas of California. And I have a potential gear sponsor that is going to make me a pilgrim backpack specifically for that usage. And I'm really excited about the potential for doing that trip. If I do, it'll be on here next year. Okay, besides those 2 hikes, I've got 3 other ideas that I want to start implementing with Backcountry Pilgrim, and one of them is to have more unique videos. I don't just want to keep pumping out the same content that you see on a dozen other channels. And some of that is going to be some skill videos. I want to focus a little bit more on how to do things rather than just gear to do it with. I know those aren't always as popular, but I do think they are very important, and it's something that as a teacher, I really like to do. So even though gear videos are kind of the bread and butter of the YouTube hiking community, I do want to spend some time talking about just how to do these things rather than just give the impression that if you get all the right gear, everything is going to be fine. Now for number 5, this last one, I'd like your help. If you could comment below and let me know what you think about this, I'd appreciate it, but I am thinking about bringing in a little bit more of my climbing experience into the channel. For me, climbing is just kind of an extension of hiking. It's how to get from here to here in an interesting and beautiful way, and it requires some special skills and special gear in some instances, and when it does, I'd like to be able to talk about it. Last year, my daughter started getting into rock climbing, and so we joined a gym, and we've been going there pretty faithfully. We've done some outside climbing with some other friends as well, and I've learned a bunch of cool skills, got a bunch of cool gear, and I would really like to bring that into the Backcountry Pilgrim experience. However, I know that if a channel gets a little bit too wide in its content, it can start confusing people and losing viewers. So if you have thoughts on that, let me know in the comments below. I'm very interested in what you want to see, because ultimately I can put videos out anywhere. I can start another channel for climbing if I want to. But it seems to me that hiking, camping, backpacking really kind of lend themselves to climbing as an extension of those activities when things get a little more vertical. So I don't think it's an illegitimate thing to include in a channel, but I don't want to do it if you don't care about it. Okay, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned a gear giveaway. Now, this is a New Year's celebration, not to be confused with the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway that I am doing on the 6th. This is for the packed poop kit. This is a fantastic kit that helps people get into proper etiquette when going in the outdoors. The cool thing about this kit is that it is basically everything you need in a nice, lightweight, water-resistant design. You've got a spade, you've got some special tabs that help these special dehydrated wipes dissolve into the earth. It actually makes the whole process better for the environment instead of worse. And it even comes with instructions on how to follow leave no trace principles when you are pooping in the woods. This kit is going to be sent to you from Pact itself. All you got to do is comment below on what you think about bringing climbing in to Backcountry Pilgrim. And whether it's yes or no, doesn't matter. I'm going to randomly select one of those comments. When I announce my 12 Days of Christmas giveaway winner on January 6th, I will also be choosing one of the comments below from this video to get you the Pact outdoor poop kit. So if you haven't joined the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway, be sure to watch that video and comment. And then if you're watching this one, go ahead and comment here and enter this giveaway. So I am starting the year off right with a bunch of stuff to help you out. I hope you appreciate that. If you do, give the video a like, subscribe to Backcountry Pilgrim if you're into hiking, camping, backpacking, and possibly climbing, the gear that goes with it, and click that bell for notifications when new videos drop. And one more thing before I go, I am tagging Mark Goes Hiking to find out what he's doing this New Year's. So go check out his channel, and hopefully he'll tag someone too. Until next time, I'm Doug. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year!